Welcome to the Intuitive Therapist Podcast with Janis R. Cohen, therapist, clairvoyant, empath, and medium. Listen in as she takes a no-nonsense deep dive into real human struggles and how to resolve them. Janis will share channeled information from her spirit guide team, as well as the angels and archangels, to help you master your emotional, physical, financial, and spiritual destiny. And now, Janis R. Cohen.
Hey y'all, this is Janis Cohen, the Intuitive Therapist here on the Intuitive Therapist Podcast. Well, the pollen is still bad here in Georgia, so there you go. That's why I sound the way I do, but I am moving forward and I'm taking my allergy medicine and it's kind of working. So anyway, let's talk about big dreams today. I love dreaming big. I love it, love it, love it. I don't know about you, but I will often imagine some of the most fantastic things, what they would look like, feel like, and who I would be in them. And I do that, one, because it feels good to fantasize. And two, because if I don't do that, then I just believe the limitations of my mind. And I don't ever want to be limited. I don't. So I dream big. But here's the reality with dreaming big. It's not enough to dream big. We got to have a practical plan. So we're tackling a topic that so many of us dreamers struggle with: how to bridge the gap between vision and reality. Let's say you've been given a dream for a reason, right? And that's the truth. Any dream that's on your heart is true for you. You've been given a dream for a reason, but without a roadmap, it remains just that, a dream. So let's talk about why your big dreams need a practical plan and how to create one that actually works. I really wish somebody had taught me this years ago. But again, I learn, I grow, I teach. Now, if you've ever felt like you've been given a divine vision, a deep soul-stirring dream that you can't shake, you are not alone. These dreams, they don't show up randomly. They are placed in our hearts with purpose, and yet, as many of you know, having a dream isn't enough. If you don't ground it in action, it just stays that, a dream. So today, we're breaking down why big dreams need a practical plan and how to create one that actually works, okay? Big dreams, they aren't just fleeting wishes. They're actually callings. They are the whispers of your soul and the guidance of the universe nudging you towards your highest path. Your dream may be to start your own business, write a book, become a healer, or travel across country, or make a radical life change that finally aligns with who you truly are. Whatever it is, that vision was given to you for a reason. In spiritual teachings, we call this your dharma, your sacred duty or divine assignment. It is the unique path that only you are meant to walk in this lifetime. The reason you feel this deep pull towards your dream is because it's woven into your soul's blueprint. It's meant for you. So why does it feel so hard to bring a big dream to life? Because while dreams are divine, we are also living in a human experience that operates within time, space, and physical reality. And that means we need a plan. Think of it this way. No one creates their dream without the co-creation from the universe. Now, I'm not talking about people who create their so-called dream life unethically or unlawfully. Nope. The universe has no part in those kinds of dream-making schemes, except for making room for somebody to willfully choose to sneakily enjoy the luxuries of life, okay? Because they're choosing their own free will. But here's where the universe does step in. At some point later, they will suffer their karmic consequences. And a lot of the times, our karmic consequences aren't directly related to the actions we've taken. They will often show up in some other way that causes us, it's almost like presses our biggest nerve of pain. And we say to ourselves, if this is our experience, we say, oh my God, why is this happening to me? Well, it's because you were unethical, you were unlawful. And so this is your punishment, right? As often as you might feel alone when you're trying to bring a dream alive, you're really not. You've got a spirit guide team with you, and the universe and spirit is always conspiring in your favor. The universe acts as your co-pilot, your co-creator, guiding you forward through your intuitive nudges and bringing forth people and circumstances that support your forward movement. So, the universe is your co-pilot, and guess what? You're the driver. Source gives you the vision, but it's your responsibility to map out the journey, right? Because we're going through this human thing called life. Manifestation is a co-creative process. The universe will meet you halfway, but you have to take the first step 100% of the time. The first step is to listen to and take action on your intuitive nudges. And a nudge that you will likely get is to create a practical, actionable plan. A practical plan acts as the bridge between your spiritual vision and physical reality. Without it, your dream stays in the ethers, floating as an idea with no anchor. But when you create structure around your dream, you give it a way to take form. So, let's talk about what a practical plan looks like. And for those of you who aren't practical plan minded, I think it's going to really help you. I tend not to be, or let's just put it this way, I have tended not to be. I have become better at it, okay? Now, this is the roadmap that's going to break down your big vision into manageable steps. It's a blend of structure and flexibility, action and alignment. Here's what a powerful practical plan includes. One is you get clarity on your end goal. What does success look like for you? You're going to need to define your dream in vivid detail, not just, I want to start a business, but I want to create a coaching business that helps women in midlife honor themselves without guilt or resistance. I want to earn $50,000 a month and work 4 hours a week. I don't know, I just kind of threw that together, right? And by the way, when you create an end goal, do not judge this. If in your heart you're saying, I don't want to work any more than 10 hours a week, I want a business that makes X amount of money, helping people do this or doing this, you have every right to declare that for yourself. Now, the second point, reverse engineer the path. Work backwards from your dream. If your goal is to publish a book, what steps need to happen first? Do you need to research your publishing options, or do you wait until you're done with your book? How do you write? How are you going to build your writing routine? Are you going to make sure that you put a timer on and write for 30 minutes every day? Do you need to write from beginning to end? Or do you just need to write so you can understand what's on your heart to write? Do you need to hire an editor? What do you need to do? Or do you need to even research how to write a book? The third point is timelines and milestones. Dreams without deadlines become what? Wishes. Set achievable and bold milestones. For example, okay, listen to this one. In 3 months, I'll have my first coaching client. Or you could make it more like, in 3 months, I'm going to finish that book, right? Make it real by actually writing it down in your calendar, and then keep reminders that keep you on track. And even more so, tell somebody so that they can hold you accountable. The next step is to develop daily and weekly action steps. Identify, write these things down, y'all. This truly helps. What are the small daily steps that will move you forward? Like I said, maybe it's writing 500 words a day or for 30 minutes. Maybe reaching out to 5 potential clients or meditating for clarity. The fifth step is establishing an accountability system. This is huge, y'all. Huge, huge, huge. Accountability, it can really scare you because it actually holds your feet to the fire, but honest to God, it's one of the most powerful partnerships you can have in your life. Who or what will keep you on track? A mentor, a mastermind group, a colleague, a commitment to journal progress, to your journaling your progress daily, right? If you're truly ready to take the steps to realize your dream, you got to understand that accountability is something that you're going to crave. You're going to want, not fear it and avoid it. The sixth part is mindset work. This is huge, right? Because anytime we up level, you ever heard the saying, new level, new devil? That's what's going to happen. Anytime you go after a dream, the universe is going to, and your ego, is going to throw all of your fears at you. You're going to be challenged by stuff that you didn't realize you were going to be challenged by, or you're going to face fears that either you've had and you thought you got rid of and that you haven't yet, or new ones. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, it points out the area or areas where you need to work on, right? So mindset work is key. Doubt's going to creep in. Fear is going to whisper lies. Your mind is going to fuck with you. It's going to tell you you can't do this. It's going to say you're not an author. It's going to say there's no way you're going to be a CEO of a business. It's going to say you can't get into college. You can't get that job. You can't do this. You're not good enough. It is going to rip possibility to shreds. And your job is to make sure that you are so anchored in yourself, in your body, in your vision, in your dream, in the reality of it already being true, that no matter what your mind does to get you off track, to detour you, you are still sitting solidly. So, I'd like you to think about what spiritual or mindset practices you can develop that are going to help keep you anchored and stay anchored. Are there affirmations that you need to say? I know I have affirmations around my computer, and I look at them and I go, yep, everything is always working out for me. And it just totally grounds me in the present and in the truth because I believe that. Do you need to visualize things? Do you need to meditate more? Do you need to do limiting belief work and journal? Find all of the tools that are going to keep you in alignment, because if you don't do this work, you will fail yourself, and then you will not be happy with who you are, where you are in your life. And I want you to be happy with who you are and where you are in your life. The seventh point is adopt a practice of flexibility and adaptability. Sometimes your path is going to shift. Actually, I will go out on a limb and say this. Most of the time, your path is going to shift. There's a saying, you plan and God laughs, right? Well, that is life. And it's okay. The plan is there to guide you, not to box you in. It's kind of like you riding bumper cars. Just think about that. Life is like driving bumper cars. You're not boxed in. You just bounce from one thing to another. Trust that these adjustments, that they're part of the journey, and just welcome the detours. Go, oh, well, isn't this interesting? You may get pissed off for a moment and then go, okay, what's my next move? Bounce back as quickly as you can. Remember, when you have trouble pivoting, it's because you were attached in some way. That's how you know. So this is what I want you to say when you have trouble pivoting. I know this is for my greater good. If it works out, great. If it doesn't, that's even better, because something better is coming. Now, there are 3 powerful questions I want to offer you as we come to a close that are going to help you get clear on your plan. Okay? I've given you these 7 steps, but I want to encourage you, like I always do. I believe in self-expression, and so I want you to write these down or go back to this recording, take each question, spend time with it. The only way you can get to know who you are truly and fully is to spend time with yourself, to learn how you think, what you feel, what you want, what you don't want, what your boundaries are. This is the best way. So the first question is that I'd like for you to write down for you to journal on is, what is my dream asking of me right now? You got to identify your dream, and then you say, okay, what's my dream asking of me right now? So what is the next aligned action step that I've been avoiding or postponing? Likely, when you've, this goes with this first question. Likely, when you've had a really big dream on your heart and you don't know the how or when, your mind, your ego, the lovely ego, will step on in and create all sorts of fear or doubt. We've just talked about that. Your job, like I said, is to anchor into the vision you have and the feeling of having already accomplished it, trusting that feeling and trusting the divine guidance will get through your, to give you intuitive nudges. I want you to speak to your dream at least once a day. I heard somebody say years ago, touch your dream at least once a day. Feel it, see it in pictures, and touch it. Believe it, it's there. So speak to your dreams at least once a day. Ask them what the next aligned and divine step is that you need to take right now. Maybe you'll hear, I don't know, go get something to eat and go take a walk. And oftentimes we're guided to do things that make no sense with our goals. Yet when we do that, we tend to receive the most amazing insights and downloads. So it's really okay to kind of give your mind a break and go do things that may feel unrelated, just so that you can get that direction of what does my dream need from me right now? The second question is, let me say it this way, who do I need to become to fulfill this dream? This is a huge one. When this came across my awareness, I was like, oh, I love this question. And it's true because, we may know in our heart of hearts that we are multimillionaires. And yet, when we're living from a mindset of poverty and lack, that person, that version of you, can't energetically step in to the multimillionaire version, right? So, who do I need to become to fulfill this dream? And likely it would be a very different version or a different version of you that you are right now. So what mindset shifts, habits, or beliefs do you need to adopt? Take some time with this, right? Who is the version of you that is really solidly sitting in your dream, having been accomplished? What are you doing? What are you thinking about? What are you feeling? How does the CEO of your life act? Do you have a team that you delegate to? If so, what do you delegate to them? What kind of car do you drive as the CEO of your dream? How do you talk to yourself? How do you lead your team? How do you smile, laugh, and get silly, right? How often do you do that when you're working? Do you see yourself doing that when you're working? How much time do you take off? How much time are you working? Where are you living? So you see where I'm going with this? If somebody asked me this question, I could answer it in a heartbeat. Because I've done this so many times. I've done future casting. I see my life. I feel it. I know it. And I am stepping into the frequency of that, right? I want that for you. The clearer you are on the version of you that actually has what you want, because she exists, he exists, they exist, the easier it is to take the actions to embody that version and live like yourself at that future paced time. Okay, the third question. What small action can I take today to bring my dream closer to reality? Not next week, not next month, today. And yes, this is similar to what I asked before. This is where you get to get quiet and listen to the whisper inside of you. Your mind might demand that every day you take big swings. You got to do big things. You got to accomplish a lot. But in reality, and I want you to hear me loud and clear. Most often, it's the accumulation of the small swings that makes the biggest difference. Your big dreams were given to you for a reason. They are not random, and they are not impossible. Your ego is the only part of you that believes in impossibility. And the minute you silence that, the minute you take charge of your ego, the minute you tell the ego, shh, I don't want to hear another word from you, is the minute that you embrace possibility. So your dreams were given to you because only you, in your own unique way, can make them come true. But the bridge between where you are and where you want to be is action. The universe is waiting for you to take that first step, my dear. So if you've been sitting on a dream, waiting for the right time or for a sign, girl or dude or y'all, this is your sign. Get clear. Make a plan. Take the leap. Because when you show up for your dream, the universe will automatically show up for you. If this episode resonated with you, please share it with somebody. Listen to it again. I know that there are more people out there that need to hear this. And if you're ready to get serious about your dream, but you don't know where to start, getting quiet and going within, letting your intuition guide you, is the number one way to find out. You have all the answers inside of you. Just give yourself a chance to access them. I wish you a blessed day, a wonderful week, and as always, live intuitively and go kick ass with your big dreams.
Thanks for listening to The Intuitive Therapist. If you like what you heard, the best compliment you can give us is to share this podcast with a friend, and be sure to give us some stars and a favorable review at Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen in.